Slide trying to bend the corner of your limbs, getting that's your partner, then you. Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me.
Welcome you back to First Energy Stadium here on the lakefront in Cleveland. You haven't missed a thing as we're just about set for the opening kickoff. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. Not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now gone. Bryant with a catch right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were strong last week, CD, and they went over New England.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week, that great creativity and usual productivity.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 10 carries, 96 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Running from the gun with Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down and an 11-yard pickup. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, You go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. They go play action now. Lawrence, he'll buy some time right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. Now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And Myles Garrett, the all-pro, in on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Open man is Quintez Cephas. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They certainly have the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle because it really stresses the safeties. And they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to go those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on 3rd, gone. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before that happens.
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Romeo Okwara came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence out to his left. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 22. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Opting to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. McLaughlin for the extra point. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
On the return, Corey Valentine. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And then a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Gone. And that's complete. It's Sims. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff over the middle, complete. That's Sims. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Again, Goff. He gets it to Sims, complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Goff. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And this one is right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor.
Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
Flushed out right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll see, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway from the 6. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A shotgun handoff to Henry.
Elijah Morgan up to make the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
55 rushing yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style, too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he was able to pick up the 1st down in the process.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. I want to take that course. Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. A give to Henry. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. And we were down in the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff to Henry. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take it in the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff in the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now
that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit.
Quintez Cephus.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, Here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They run. Chubb. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Derrick Henry bulldozes past him, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On the carry, it's Chubb. Still going. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they took.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Valentine to return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So Jared Goff in the offense. Down by 15. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Well, their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
2nd and 10.
Now it's gone. It's Williams on the catch. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Goff on first down. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Aaron Donald. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. Pass complete. This is Sims. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now Goff. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On 1st and 10, Goff. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Goff. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. From the red zone now, Goff. Open man here, Sims complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
They'll try it now with Swift. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Sly is up and good as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
A run for Nick Chubb. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship should go as they throw for a late touchdown. They have to love seeing that from a young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go tunnel, did he? And you know what I mean by that. How North Coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
So Cleveland
I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire?